Hello, hi. Hi everyone. Okay, can I just do a quick check that everyone can see and can hear me? If you would I don't know if you can raise your hands here, but let me just see. All right. Hi. I can see your messages. We've got like people coming in. So let's just hold on for another few seconds before we start this proper. All right. So for those of you who are not new to the webinar, there's a Q&A tab. So this is where you can ask questions later on, right? When you can ask some questions and we'll answer them. So we've got like more people coming in right now. So it's still coming in. Let's wait. Probably we'll start at 8:01. Okay. Hi. Thanks. Still have people coming in right now at this moment. Thank you. This is our first AMA. So it's an Ask Me Anything question. Yeah, so it's cool. It's cool that we have such an amazing turnout. Cool. Thank you, Con. Yeah. Hello, Hannah. Hi. Hi. I'm good. Thank you. All right. Oh, you're from the Philippines. It's nice to see some people from the Philippines coming over. Yeah, I've got people joining. But I'll start really soon. I probably will start now. Yeah, the rest can just join in and check out what we have to share today. So once again, thank you everyone for coming. This is our first AMA from Playground MMRPV. I'm Isaiah. We are streaming live from Singapore. Yeah, this is one of our development officers that we have. We have a team over here doing illustrations. You see the nice backdrop behind me. This is our yeah, we have people from Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, Hong Kong, with some Singaporeans. And that's good. We still have people coming in right now. Nice. Okay, so really quickly, first off, I want to thank everyone for coming down to our first AMA session. We are Playground MMRPV. This is the first time that we are going live to showcase a few of the products that we, or the projects that we have. And we're going to be introducing to you a little bit shortly about what our platform is about. We have an overwhelming growth in our Telegram group with a lot of people asking what's the project about, what are the benefits for being part of our community. You know, and so many of these exciting questions, right? Are there going to be airdrops? Okay, so yeah, we'll answer them shortly. Well, it's an AMA session because it's our first time doing this live stream. What I'll be doing is that I'll be covering a little bit about our project first, so that can help you frame your questions a little bit better. Some of your questions might be answered through our sharing. So I'm going to do a screen sharing to show you a bit of our project. It's a quick project brief. And with that, you get a better idea of what you're going to get involved in. You're going to have a better understanding of what we're doing. You're going to know what the project is about, some of the benefits of being here, what to expect to be coming, when it's going to happen. So I'll cover some of them later on. And then we'll move really quick into the proper AMA, where you ask your questions, you do your Q&A and your FAQs. All right. So without further ado, all right. Oh, we still have people joining. Okay, that's nice. All right. Without further ado, let me do a screen sharing right now to introduce a bit of our project and to give you an understanding of what we are doing. All right. So just give me a moment. I'm going to do a screen sharing. One moment. Okay, cool. All right. So I believe everyone can see my screen. This is not the pitch deck, in case you're asking. This is a project brief. In this, we'll cover a little bit of what we are doing, the motivations behind it, why we are doing it, and what to expect from our platform. Okay, so let me jump into this straight. Now, what we're going to talk about today is the future of digital interaction. Now, what is digital interaction? Now, if you notice, the world is becoming a smaller place, right? So in the past, it's kind of hard to know someone from another place, another country, because distance kind of like impedes who we know and who we interact with. And so the invention of technology is something that is so inspirational, right? When it just came up, you start to realize that people are connecting so quickly with family that are abroad, friends that are overseas. It started to become so easy to keep in touch with people that are, and based on distance-wise, are very far away from us. Okay, so this is digital interaction, but it's evolved so much from when it started. Okay, so social media became an integral part of life, and social media is basically the reason why we are also close to each other right now. So digital interaction basically started with way back, but if I would start, I would basically start to talk about messaging, text messages, and that's where we have our WhatsApp, our Line, WeChat, all kinds of Telegram, where you know us. So all these are places where we exchange text messages, and that alone was something that was sufficient for us to keep in touch with people that we want to be in. Now, back in the days, I remember, when I was very much younger, right, there are a lot of complaints from my parents, right, if I'm texting too much and all that, right, because we are so hooked onto messaging, because that was like our closest way to keep in touch, to interact with people around us. But very, very soon later, you see the rise of Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook coming up, and that's where we started sharing more than just things that are expressed through text. And that's where we realized there's a lot of sharing of posts, articles, different content by different content creators. And it got really, really exciting. And people stopped getting as hooked onto messaging as they were, but it got really, really hooked onto Facebook and, just to really check out what their friends have to share, what their friends have to post, where they are right now. And I really remember the kind of time where wherever you go, you want to check in, in the special cafe. That you go out so people will know, hey, look, you are checking out this cafe and you have a cool life, right? So that was the age of when social media happened. Of course, before Facebook, there were predecessors like MySpace and Friendster and whatnot. But very quickly, it moved into Instagram, because above just posts and articles, people wanted more images, and that's where Facebook realized that images communicated a lot better than just text or posts, right? So Instagram was acquired. It was a big acquisition for Kevin Systrom. So we started going to Instagram because we consume media a lot better. We consume interaction a lot better when it's put in the form of images. And then later on, we moved into Twitter, in which Twitter was really a lot about like satire. It was a lot about memes, GIFs, and whatnot. But if we fast forward to where we are right now today, right? Everyone is saying that the biggest platform currently is TikTok, and some of us might not really understand how the young ones are doing like weird TikTok dances and stuff like that, but that is the biggest platform that we are moving towards. And why is that so? Now, if you notice a trend, it came from text into articles, into images, into GIFs and memes and stuff, and then it went, right now we are at the video sharing kind of stage, and that's where we have a lot of people in TikTok. Even Facebook and Instagram are moving towards Reels. And I might add that, even selling that went onto media was a very two-dimensional platform. But right now, a lot of selling is conducted on places like Facebook Marketplace, where people stream, and it's a lot more interactive, and they create a lot of sales. And that's where you find a lot of celebrities themselves are going towards video sharing platforms to perform some commercial activities where they sell products and stuff like that, and capitalize on the ability to be a lot more interactive. No, but with that being said, that is where we are right now. What we understand, if you want to really profit a lot, or we want to be ahead of trends, is to understand the next evolution. So what exactly is the next evolution? I think we need to answer one question, and we'll have the answer there, right? And that is, what is more immersive and what is more interactive than videos? Now, what is more immersive than watching a video as a third party is being inside that video as a first person's point of view, right? Existing in the video itself. So You think of it a little bit like Matrix, where you exist in a virtual platform. Now, when you have the answer to this, you will know what is Facebook doing. They move from sharing of posts and articles into images and into video sharing. And the next big move, which cost them tens of billions of dollars, was move into something called the Metaverse. And the Metaverse is essentially something that you guys, if you're very Web3 savvy, you will know that it's an interconnected virtual world. It's parallel to the one we live, we work, and we play in. So it's a future of social media. All right. So what are we doing exactly? Very quickly, we are building a metaverse. But our metaverse has a strong emphasis on the social elements and the gaming elements. So because you're going to exist as an avatar in our platform, you're going to see like thousands of other people, right, that are avatars as well. You're going to interact with them on a social and gaming filled platform. We call this a massively multiplayer role-playing verse. So it's a bit like, it's kind of inspired by MMORPGs. So for those of you who are avid gamers and you're involved in MMORPG games, you'll find that the whole concept or the whole theory behind the whole metaverse, in fact, is not something essentially new. Because if you've played game before, like games like Final Fantasy, and if you're playing right now games like, different kinds of games, RPG games, Genshin Impact, you have your Maple Story and all these different kind of game, you're kind of existing in a parallel universe where you yourself are being represented by an avatar, right? So that essentially is a metaverse. And so by introducing social and gaming effects into what we're trying to build, it becomes a very natural progression. It becomes a very natural way to improve. Now I'll skip the video because this is something that we're going to release to you guys if you follow us, okay, on our Telegram and our Discord. So we release some of these videos showing our platform, our virtual environment to you guys very, very soon. So the question is, why social and why gaming? Firstly, social media is big. It's 4.62 billion people. It's probably, if it were to be a continent, it's going to be the world's largest continent, right? As big as Asia. So it's an integral part of people's lives. And why we want to go into gaming, it's because gaming is a lot more interactive. It's a lot more sticky, right? You can be kind of like attracted to all the different kinds of objectives and missions you have to clear, and you're going to be able to have missions or tasks to complete together with your parties, your guild members, your friends in general. So that's a lot more fun and a lot more crazy. All right, for us, we have 3 key pillars, and I'll cover this very quickly. So 3 key pillars in our metaverse. Number 1, we have the epicenter, and that's where you go inside and expect a social nucleus. Expect a place where you can interact with people, attend events, go for parties, shop, check out retailers. We have place, which is a place where you have a library of different content. You have a lot of different games you can choose from. These games are not created by us, but they are created by game creators that we are supporting and giving them the community and the marketing that they need so we can grow as a team together, right? And then we have other worlds. So other worlds are essentially different dimensional planes that exist over our epicenter. So what happens is that these other worlds can kind of host different RPG titles where you can exist as a variation of your avatar to participate in more competitive gaming. All right, so epicenter-wise, there are many functions, but I'm just going to go really quickly and say that we are focusing on entertainment and retail. If I talk about entertainment, you'd notice that Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, BTS, Blackpink, and all these different celebrities. There's so many news about them jumping onto the metaverse. Even for parties, we have David Guetta, we have Paris Hilton, Afrojack, Steve Aoki. To be honest, I don't know if I should consider Paris Hilton a DJ or not, but let's just give it to her. All right. So we have these people coming, celebrities, top names involved in the metaverse. And so what we're going to do in Playground is that we're going to open up and reach out to different celebrities and entertainment companies to get them involved. To be honest, at this point, we already are speaking to quite a number of large entertainment companies, and we already have quite a bit of a visual of who are the celebrities that will be present in our metaverse. But of course, stay tuned, and once it's confirmed and officiated, once the press statements are out, you'll get the information. So we do have big brands coming in. Apart from entertainment brands, we have retailers coming in. If I talk about what's outside in the market, there are Adidas, Nike, Gucci, and all these famous big companies Even locally, where we are streaming from in Singapore, Capital Mall is having the Capitalverse. So all these are different retailers that are jumping onto the bandwagon of the Metaverse. For us, in Playground, we do have, you probably see this, that we have two major brands coming into the Playground MMORPG. Okay, so when will this be announced? It will be announced very soon, but since you're in our first AMA, you do have the first visual of a potential collaboration between Frank Mueller and Cynthia Watchers and the Playground MMORPG. Okay, so this is just to show you guys that we are multidimensional and interconnected. So we're able to be fluid and adaptable to different platforms and new content that's going to come onto our platform. We're able to adapt because we have that multidimensional concept. All right, so I jump straight into Other Worlds. Other Worlds is a place where you can be hosting, where we host different RPG games. We're not going to just wait for RPG games to collaborate with us. We're going to create our own proof of concept because we will be releasing our own title, and this is called Darklight. So Darklight is going to be an interesting game. So this is really going to be crazy, right? So for Darklight, basically there's a whole storyline behind it, but we release the lore really soon. You know, reading the story gives me some goosebumps. Okay, but in a nutshell, I won't reveal too much. It is set in a dystopian future. In this dystopian future, the worlds have been fragmented. So you can kind of like guess there's a little bit of space-time continuum kind of concept going on, right? It's going to be a fragmented world. Protagonist aims to combine these worlds together, merge them back together. It's a broken world. Time is used as a literal currency there. So you actually spend time to upgrade your equipments, exalt your gears, you know, enhance your weapons and stuff like that. So you spend time to do these. But when you clear your bosses, when you clear missions, your expeditions and stuff like that, you gain time as a reward as well. So I know at this point, a lot of people are going to ask, is this a play to earn kind of game? Is this a GameFi project? And I'm glad to say that we consider ourselves a bit more play and earn, because the emphasis is not for you to play to earn per se, right? I mean, you probably earn from being engaged in our gameplay, but it's kind of like focusing on both the gameplay and the earning aspect. So it's not going to be like one of these many GameFi projects, no names mentioned, that kind of focuses a lot on playing like games that you traditionally would not play if it's on App Store and Play Store, and hoping that you play because you're going to earn some money that you can farm, you know, from the game and stuff, right? So it's going to be very different. We're going to emphasize a lot on gameplay. It's going to be a very heavy MMORPG game, something that you would play even without the earning element, but that earning element actually makes it even more exciting for everyone here, right? So Darklight will be released. We have a trailer, but as you can see here, I'm going to skip that, right? Okay. So my last part over here, I'm going to talk about our last key element, which is called Place. We are focusing on a platform where community can come in and choose from a wide selection of games, regardless of their preferences. Right? I know it's a bit frustrating when you come into a platform and say, hey, you know, I love games, but you don't actually find what you like. You know, the thing about people is that we all love different things, and at Playground we understand that 100%. So what we're going to do is that we're going to invite a lot of different game creators to come on board. We're going to provide these games to all the different communities so you can find what you want. But the best part is that traditional games can come on board, and borrowing our tokenomics, which we'll be releasing soon, you will be able to be incentivized. You will be able to earn rewards from simple casual games in the likes of Angry Birds and Candy Crush and whatnot. So this is what you can expect in Playground's Metaverse. Now, apart from our from this, we do have retailers coming on board. So you can expect a lot of collaborative campaigns. So what I mean by that is that, for instance, if you're going to play Candy Crush, instead of like spending money, you're going to be earning money. And on top of that, you're probably going to gain some free candy vouchers from Candy Empire and stuff like that. So these names are just examples, by the way. But if you're someone out there that knows people from Candy Crush and Candy Empire, you can always refer that to our team. Our emails are all open, so you can let them come in, and you know, we could always work something out, right? So this is where we're going to gain the community from. We have gaming people coming in, social communities coming in. We have retailers with their own communities coming to our platform. All right. So essentially, this is how it works. Specifics on the tokenomics will be covered. But generally, this is how it flows. Games, activities, and campaigns that are within the MMRPV will reward you with time. And with time, you can swap it for our coming cryptocurrency called Smiles. And with Smiles, you can go onto the exchange and trade and make your money from there. Cool. This is our revenue model. And this is the end of our basic sharing of what we are doing. All right, so I'm going to stop right here and come back to where we are. Wow, I mean, in the short presentation, we have an increase in number of attendees, and that's really cool. Okay, so at this point, I've kind of covered like what we're doing, what we plan to build, or what we have built so far. All right, so I'm going to open up the rest of the sessions to questions that you want to ask, and you can ask them right in the Q&A box. So we do have a few questions right now. Okay, so we have a question from Fatboy222. When will the game be launched? All right, so it's very exciting. Game developments typically take some time. For us, we have been building this game for close to a year under wraps. So some of you might be asking, what the heck, man? Like, you just had your first AMA and you've been building for a year. The answer is yes. We have our in-house resident team building stuff, assets, 3D environments, and stuff like that for our game. If you ever have the opportunity to come visit us, we can actually bring you through and you can enter a real physical 3D environment already. So yeah, we will be able to show you a lot more stuff. Okay, so when is it going to be launched? Back to the question is that we will first launch our alpha that will happen after Q1 of next year. And in alpha, that's where you'll be exploring your metaverse. No gaming involved yet. And approximately 6 months after, which is 2 quarters later, you can expect to have our beta launch of our game Darklight. The game will be launched at that point of time. You can go in and try out simple functions, but this, bear in mind, is the beta launch. And after the beta launch, what will happen is that our full launch will happen probably over a year from now, right? So at the end of next year, perhaps, is where you will see the full launch where we open to public. Now, in case you're asking, from now until then, soon after our second AMA session, we'll be announcing how we're going to be releasing our whitelist spots. All right, so you can come in and participate as our, alpha testers, right? Or our whitelist people to explore our metaverse. Okay. Right, is there a staking program for your tokens? So this is an interesting question, and I get that it's very crucial. We are at this point not selling any tokens, not selling any land, and that's where you find that it's a bit funny, right? Why am I involved in the Telegram group chat? Why am I involved in why am I involved in this whole program on Discord? If there's no selling of these things. Now, what we want to do is genuinely build a community to build up our followers as we launch this stage by stage. At this point, our company has our own funding. We will not be releasing to retail at this point yet, so you don't have to worry. Will there be staking eventually? The answer is potentially yes. There will be benefits for you getting our tokens, and the exact details will be released in due time, right? Second AMA, wait for it. Okay, so we have a question from Zen. Hi, will the in-game items and vouchers be redistributed or sold to other players? Okay, so thank you, Zen, for the question. So just to share with you a little bit more in detail, I hope this answers your question, that most of our in-game items, from your skins, your gears, your weapons, your whatnot, your even things that you have, your hairstyles. Now, these will be NFTs. So as NFTs, it preserves the value of your item and your EQs, right? So to answer the question simply, you can trade these items. It can be sold to the market, and you can trade them on the open market. Okay. So now, why are we doing this? Now, if you think about it, all the way from Diablo days, if you're a gaming kind of person, you'll notice that people have already kind of been trading their equipment if they build it to a certain level and it's worth a lot of money and stuff like that. Okay, but you kind of have to lose a lot to the platform, or you have to do it in kind of a gray area, right? So for us, We want to recognize the value of the things that you're developing, the kind of things that you have, and it's going to be tradable, your equipment and stuff. A lot of questions. Let me just do it part by part. I'm done with Jasper's question, Zen's question. When are we? So we have a question from Sky. What are we going to expect after this AMA session? So first off, let me just share that the next AMA session will be on the 20th. From now until then, you'd be able to see some of the updates that we have, right? So some of the updates that we have regarding some of the things I mentioned, for instance, famous retailers that are coming in. Now, when I talk about famous retailers that are coming in, the thing is that it's important to get like branded retailers, right? Because with more of these retailers coming in, you kind of build the path for more to onboard. So we do have big brands coming in, big brands that I would say at this point, I might be wrong, but don't quote me if I'm wrong, that probably by far only Decentraland and Sandbox were able to get. So that's really exciting for us, right? So from now until then, expect some updates on these things. Expect also some, we would release some of the teaser videos of the actual environment or the gameplay that we have. So expect that. And from now until then, stay tuned. We will release the exact schedule for the next AMA session. Okay, let me see. What do I? We have a question from K. Do we need to pay to enter the game? So good news over here. Our game is gonna be completely free to play. So you can come in, not spend money. To come in, you don't have to buy anything to enter our platform, so it's free for you to explore. Of course, if you're engaged in our gameplay and you want to upgrade some stuff, some of these are things that you can purchase from our in-platform purchases. We're going to have a marketplace, we're going to have a store. The other way is you can actually buy it from the open market, because a lot of them are going to be NFTs. All right, I hope I've answered your question here. Okay, I'm done with this. With more questions coming in. Okay, is it a pay to win game? Okay, and this is from the memers. Okay, is it a pay to win game? All right, so one of the frustrations that a lot of gamers have is that you enter a game and the giant whales come in and they're just really hardcore, right? They kind of like, you know, they kind of like incentivize you to pay so that you win the game, and you know, but for good reason. And I say this because, you know, sometimes it's a bit of a love-hate relationship. We want to have a game that's exciting, that you can come in for free, but on the other hand, we have development costs, and if we want a really impressive game, we want something really immersive, really something that is very exciting, it's going to cost some money, okay? And there's development costs that's going to be involved. And so games, if you talk about especially big companies, they always will want to lean towards paying to win. Now, if I talk about our platform over here, it's really about like balancing out our economy to make sure that we will charge for certain things for you to progress. We have to give the benefit to the people that are wanting to support us in our project, but we must have a balance to make sure that it doesn't become overly pay to win, right? So for instance, some games, you know, if you're gonna go into them right now and games have been running for like 2 to 3 years, you're gonna find that it's gonna be like really, really difficult for you to catch up with the whales that have been playing the game for a long time and spending like hundreds and thousands of dollars already. Now, for us, what's gonna happen is that we're gonna balance this, and not just balance based on like our mechanisms or the tests that we do on machinations and stuff like that, right? What we're going to do is that we do have a function within our platform in which it's a community voted project. And when I say a CVP project, I don't mean a full DAO, but we can lean towards kind of a DAO kind of direction where people will suggest things like rebalancing and, you know, voting for some functions to be given for free, voting for what to be released next, voting for what class to be, you know, buffed up, and you know, what class to be rebalanced. So all these will be kind of taken into consideration, and we'll have a community voting. Now, as to why I'm resistant to say that it's a DAO, because a DAO itself, it's a new can of worms that we're going to open, right? I mean, there are obvious benefits because we want to be completely decentralized, being some company is somewhat involved in the Web3 platform. We want to really go into that, but complete decentralization could present some difficulties. So information about the kind of conflicts that we might have is all available online, so you can check that out. Yeah, so we'll take the chance to answer this in more detail at a further date. But yes, long answer short is that it will not be a pay-to-win game. But if you pay, you're going to have some benefits, but it's going to be totally balanced on our platform. Okay, cool. I want to take Keith's question over here. Question is, how many characters can we choose from? So this is going to be really cool. Now, for our game, you're not going to be creating different characters and different avatars and stuff like that. You're not forced to choose a class from the get-go. You don't have to be an assassin. You don't have to be a mage. You don't have to be a warrior. Yada yada yada. All right. So what actually happens is that every character has no class. And at this point, you're going to say, hey, without having a class, this is really not going to be exciting. And I beg to differ, right? Because we want to create a kind of a world where it's kind of a fantasy kind of interpretation of what we have right now. So just imagine you are you, everyone is human, right? The class is human, okay? And you're going to go inside this virtual world. But, depending on how you hone your skills or what you acquire, you will develop yourselves into different eventual abilities. So you're going to master different things, skills that are assassin related and stuff like that. So eventually, as a human, your different attributes will be built on, your skill wheel will be expanded, and using that, you kind of can end up in, with a different avatar. But because of this, although there are typically in general 15 eventual classes that we will have, depending on how you build your skills, there's so many more permutations and combinations that you can imagine. So it's not so dead set. So for instance, if you are talking about a typical game, you have classes that are fixed. Mages will always be, for instance, glass cannons, easy to die, but high DPS and stuff like that. Now, if you're going to go into these games, it's kind of fixed, right? So take for example, for Maple Story, right? If you're going to be a Night Lord, you're going to be a Night Lord. There's no two ways about it, right? You're just going to become a stronger Night Lord or a weaker Night Lord, and that's about it. But in our game, it's going to be different because everyone is a human and you can literally build hundreds and thousands of different permutations because there are different skills and different attributes that you can build upon. So it's not so class focused, even though there are basic classifications. So yes, we have 15 different kind of eventual large classes, but there's so many things that can come out of it, and we will release more of these details when the time is right. Okay, cool. I have Crypto Boy asked the question. Let me take that. What is the price right now? The price is, we'll release this further because it's not for sale. So it's not so crucial because just bear in mind our platform, and I can't stress this more, okay? So our platform is completely not raising funds and not selling money, not selling tokens, not selling land, not selling NFTs, no whitelist spots at this current point of time. And we are already very far up in the development. So there is no price right now because we are not, of course, there is a price when you talk to institutional investors and all that, but there's no price to the open public because we're not releasing it for sale. When we are nearing the date of the release of our tokens, our NFTs, yada yada, what will happen is that details on the price will be released, and that is where the excitement can actually happen. If you really stay tuned with our project, I want everyone to really focus on what we're going to develop. To be honest, in the past 1 year, we have enough of bullshit, pardon my language, of people that are selling their tokens, and there's so many promises and it's rug pulls and all that kind of stuff. Let us give a fresher light to our industry, all right? Let us playground, show you what we can do, and what we can reach without the support and the funds you're going to put from public, and then you decide for yourself if you want to get involved. So we don't want to we don't want to paint a wrong image where we are relying on your funds and we're going to throw out a lot of promises. We want to get there first for you to decide for yourself if this is something that's worth your participation, and then you can participate further and grow together with us, really. All right, cool. All right, okay. I have a question from L337G at M3R. I have no idea absolutely how to pronounce this, but anyway, the question is, how and when can we participate in this project? I look forward to achieving first kill world bosses in your game. I also look forward to achieving first kill world boss in our game. So how and when can you participate in this project? For now, stay tuned very, very quickly. And I really mean probably in a month's time or whatever, you will have visibility over how you're going to participate. For now, your participation is by being part of our community. And we're going to release exciting content, exciting teasers, trailers for you guys. You can be involved and it's going to get really, really exciting. Okay, cool. Right. So I also look forward to a first kill. First kill will come once the game is released. During beta, you can achieve your first kill. Cool. All right, so we do have, can I form a guild in your name? Can I form a guild in your name? Can I form a guild? You can form a guild in any name, right? I mean, this is Web3, right? You can form a game in any name, just like try not to be too creepy about it. Try not to be too R21 about this, even though it's the Web3 space and you can literally be anyone you want to be, do anything you want to be, do anything you want to do, okay? Right, but yeah, so cool. Yes, you can form a guild in my name, you can form a guild in your name, you can even form a guild in Donald Trump's name if you like, okay? Cool. Okay, what platform will the game be launched on? Let me answer Somcha's question. Is it PC? Is it mobile? Is it PS5? No, right? So, okay, we will be launching on both the PC and the mobile. What you can expect first is the PC version. We will have a mobile that will be launched, but this will be with limited functions, and this will come within a year. So in a couple of months' time, you will be having access to our mobile version. And I'm being extremely conservative when I say within a year, right? So exact time frame for our release, it's going to be on mobile, it's going to be on PC as well. So for full experience, obviously, PC is going to be the best, right? But definitely because of the stickiness that we want to achieve, we will have limited functions in mobile, or we might, I don't know, have a full launch on mobile as well. But, you know, definitely one thing for sure is that during our initial launch, full version will definitely be on PC. Limited function will be on mobile. All right, so I hope I answered your question. Will there be a leveling system in the game? Yes, there will be a leveling system in the game. Sorry, whose question is that? That's a question from Ducky. Is that the right way to pronounce your name? Do you have a friend called Hippo and Ducky? So sorry, lame. Now the Ducky, we do have an interesting answer to you. We will have leveling. We will have leveling functions in the game. And if your question is that will it require you to have a daily grind, the answer is yes, absolutely. We will reward you for grinding in the game. We will reward you for completing missions in the game. And I just want to use this opportunity to share with you guys that our missions are going to be tied to certain real world retailers. So for instance, if you're gonna some of your missions might exist kind of like with retailers, but we gamify them. And to paint you an example, it's that perhaps let's say for instance, we have an energy drink, right? And you complete certain missions, you're going to receive some rewards. Rewards will come in the form of probably EXP that will help you to level up. That is definitely for sure. As well as perhaps certain buffs, potions, you know, different things, power-ups that you can receive in a game as well. So yes, it will be a leveling game. You're going to grind. You're going to achieve different levels. And of course, some of you might be asking, hey, what if I'm joining late game, right? You know, everybody is level 200 and level 1. So how do I get there? So don't worry, we will rebalance the game. There's going to be, as I mentioned previously, it's going to be a CVP game. So yes, there will be balancing. So take, for example, coming in a later date, we're going to help you to level faster, right? So you can catch up with the rest. So all these will be done. Well, we have, what partners do you have now? let me answer this question from Crypto Boy. We do have some partners that we'll be releasing soon. We have currently quite a number of retailers. And you might have a sneak peek just now. I didn't actually plan to share this with you guys just now, but oops, okay, right? So yes, we have a big partner. Big partner starts with 2 words. First word is F, second word is M. First word starts with F, ends with CK. We all love that word. And yeah, so we do have some partners coming on board. One good thing is that we will be releasing constant updates. If you go check out our website, our partners we release there. There are a few because we are just appearing on the first AMAs that are in the final steps of signing our MOUs or our partnership agreements, and we will be releasing this soon to come. So we do have some big partners coming on board that you already know of even before the Web3 times, right? So yes, yeah, we do have partners and we're releasing them really soon. Whether it's retail partners or investors, VCs, management partners, marketing partners, there's going to be a lot of them. So if you've been following us, we did announce some of them already. So Hornbo Burger, which is in Hong Kong, one of the famous and biggest burger chains, and right now they have touched Singapore, right? So they will be in our metaverse as a retail partner. Yeah, so we do have a few partners as that we'll be announcing really soon. Where did my inspiration come from? So just to share a little bit more, it's not just yeah. Oh, I'll be taking okay, so it's 8:41. I've been told this will be probably our last question. If you have any last ones, you can just quickly drop, but otherwise this will be a last question that I'm going to be taking. Now, where did your inspiration come from? Okay, now I just want to add that it's not really my inspiration, that it's not my inspiration alone, but it's a core team of really crazy people that came together. Of course, like different people have different kinds of you know, frustrations that we have. Okay, we have different people that different things that frustrates us when we go onto social media, when we go into games. There are different things that pains us. Now, I just want to share that the people in this team are not like just business people. If you think about it that way, we are all like gamers ourselves. Yeah, we're like hardcore people playing games. We are people that are completely stuck on social media. Like you know, people complain that I'm always stuck on my phone, right? So yeah, we are the users ourselves, and we have people that are really hardcore, and we have our own frustrations and things that we experience, and we just want to make it a lot better. So when we've got the opportunity to set up this project, the first thing we want to solve and to do is that level of interaction we want to have. Now, one of the frustrations is that it's always been projected that the next level of gaming is gonna be 3D, it's gonna be virtual, it's gonna be really crazy, right? Things that are like really in the metaverse. But sadly, I think if you reach out and you look at what's available in the market, a lot of metaverse projects have like and I won't say names, but like voxel-based kind of graphics, or like you know, 3D but like vectorish kind of graphics and stuff. And you have even like things like I don't know, if you talk about like even Mark Zuckerberg recently showing his avatar. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's a bit funny, right? So yeah, so we want to create something that's more immersive, something that's more beautiful, and we do have that currently. So these are some of the frustrations that we have. We just want to really build something that is more exciting and go towards that. Gaming wise, we do have our own problems when we game, and we have problems with rebalancing and games being overly played to win and stuff like that. We just want to solve that. Having NFTs, to be honest, is just the best way that we can have to allow the game's continuity, so to allow progression, so that we can trade and we can move on to other things. Okay. Yeah, cool. So yeah, in our other sessions, we'll be probably potentially introducing other people to share with you a bit more, right? But I will be okay. All right, last thing. Okay, there's so many questions. I'm gonna stop at this. Someone asked, will this project be 100x? Now, it will be 100x if you want it to be. So that is my answer to you, because this is a collaborative project. We're gonna grow together as a team together. So we're all gonna make it. We're just gonna all HODL together and all the way and push this to the moon. All right. So it will be, if you want it to be, we're going to make it happen together as a team, together with our community. All right. Okay, cool. So I shall be ending this session. We're running out of time. Once again, thank you guys for joining us in our first ever AMA. The response is overwhelming with so many questions. For those of you who have questions that are not answered, we will be having our next AMA 10 days from now on the 20th. We will be releasing more updates on when this AMA will happen, when we can, what updates we will be showing. I have another sneak peek if you're sticking around still. So we still have some people on board. So I'm just going to show you our office cat, right? So say hi to Lovely. Yeah, that's Lovely. Cool. She's our office cat, and she will be existing as an avatar. She will be an NFT. If you want to buy it, wait for the updates. You can actually get Lovely as an NFT, and she's going to be limited edition, and she's going to give your character some buffs. Okay, so yeah, don't quote me on the buffs part, all right? But like, she will be available. Okay. Yeah, just to cover in summary, if there are any booths, one of these questions as well, if there are any booths and exhibitions coming up, we will be in the after party of 2049. Token 2049 will be there. We are going to be in next month, we are going to be in Vietnam and Thailand. We have a what's the project, what's the next project called? We have a Vietnam blockchain summit coming up, also one in Thailand. Okay, so 2049 will be happening as well. We'll be in the after party, so see you guys there. All these events that we'll be present in, we'll be sending updates for you guys. So if you're going to be there, drop by, say hi, you know, and perhaps we can work something out together. All right. So for any potential collaborations that we're going to have in the future, do drop us if you have any proposals or you have any projects or any people that you want to link up with us. We are growing. We want to grow this as a team together with the community. We respect and we understand that this is not something that one team can do from a management point of view only, but like we want to include everyone and grow together. All right. So more details about how you can benefit, drops, and all these kind of stuff will be released. And I assure you, you'll be receiving updates really, really soon. Thank you. Shout out to our Brazil attendance. So we have people coming from Brazil as well. So it's really crazy. All right. So once again, I'm going to end this session. Thank you guys for coming. We'll be seeing you next time in just over a week from now. We'll be taking questions. You can ask me anything also in a Telegram group chat. We'll aspire to answer these questions and we'll always be there. So thank you once again for being with us and see you next time. All right. Peace.